Alright everyone, welcome. Today I spent 100 days in the mod pack called Vault Hunters. Now if you don't know what Vault Hunters is, I suggest you go over to Iscal85's channel, or you can go to vaulthunters.gg to see more information on it there. I'll explain more of it during the video and as we play, but anyways, enjoy the video. Day 1. I chose standard difficulty because it's my first playthrough and I wanted to have a nice experience with this, so obviously I'm going to choose the normal difficulty. Now immediately once I chose my difficulty, I wanted to choose some abilities and talents for myself. Now the way these abilities and talents work, they essentially give me power-ups to help me in the game. So I immediately chose the Twerker talent because that allows me to grow crops extremely quickly, as you'll see in a second. And I also chose the Experience talent because the way the Experience talent works is every single XP orb that I get, it multiplies that by 1.5 for level 1, as you see here. The next thing I chose was Dash because that allows me to move around quicker. I don't really use this until I get my Elytra because with an Elytra, it works like fireworks essentially. And I don't need fireworks, which means I don't need a gunpowder farm, at least for now. So the last talent I chose was 2 levels in Vein Miner. The reason I chose 2 levels because on the side, it says I can mine 8 blocks at a time with Vein Miner level 2. So you'll see in a second, I'm able to cut down trees really easily and mine for ores really easily too. So after I choose my talent, I go out gathering some stuff. I gather wood, I gather some sugarcane that I see, and I also see a shipwreck on the side of the ocean there. So I decided to go out to that too. Now I got very lucky here and I found what I was looking for pretty much immediately. So I found the buried treasure map, which is what I was looking for, and I found some lapis and emeralds and a few iron nuggets in the chest, which were kind of useful, but not as useful as the buried treasure map. So I immediately decided to follow the buried treasure map to see what treasure I could find. So as I was on my way to the chest location, I wanted to show you guys what my goal for the mod pack is right now. I need to create a vault altar, or a vaulter in short. Basically, I need purpur. And to find purpur, we know that we need to go to the end. Well, there must be some modded recipe for it, right? We're playing a mod pack. Nope. I have to get it normally. Which means I have to beat the game. So that's my first goal. I need to beat the game before I can do anything in this mod pack. So I got to the treasure map location, and inside it was a heart of the sea, 2 diamonds, and a bunch of iron and gold for me. So I got very lucky there. I used some of the iron to make some iron tools for myself and a bucket, which would come in useful later. Trust me, it came in very useful. And I decided to save my diamonds for a little bit later. Oh, and I also tried to make a shield for myself, but as you can see here, look at this recipe. Now, Painite is actually very hard to get, as I figured out later. It's actually a very rare vault gem, so it's going to take me a while to get a shield. You can't even make a shield normally, which means skeletons and creepers, just any mob really, is going to be really tough to beat early on. So I headed back in the direction of the shipwreck where I came from, because on the corner of the map I saw a village, so I decided to make my way that way. Oh, and my favorite part of this mod pack so far, you can see here, I just straight up pick up these villagers. I just stole a baby. So yeah. You can just straight up pick up villagers, and I find that really funny. And it's actually really useful as well, because you don't have to move villagers around in minecarts or boats or any of that. You can just pick them up and keep them in your inventory. And one thing I didn't mention earlier, a really big thing about this mod is that you have to unlock stuff in order to use it. So you have to unlock certain mods. Like you can see here, I tried to use this waystone, but it says I need to unlock waystones in order to use it. We'll get to that later on how to unlock mods, but I can't use a bunch of modded stuff until I get the mod unlocked. And also the part where I need to unlock the mod also works the same way for crafting recipes too. I can pick up certain items from mods, but I can't craft them into other stuff until I unlock the mod. So the crafting recipe is just straight up locked. So I didn't have anywhere to live at the moment, and I decided the village would be a good idea. So I kidnapped all of the villagers, stole all of their food, killed their bodyguard, and lived in one of their houses. You can do really whatever you want in Minecraft. So here I wanted to make a villager breeder, and I saw these planks outside my house, these logs called aspen logs. I decided to use them into my build. So you can see I'm just creating a very simple house here. I didn't want to go too crazy, mainly because I can't, but I didn't want to go too crazy with this. So I just wanted to make a very long kind of hallway looking thing where I could just store my villagers and have a nice trading hall set up. And as I was building this, I just decided it would be too much of a hassle to have a house outside of my villager trading hall. So I just decided why not, and I'll just live inside with my villagers. So I took down my old house and I moved in with the villagers. So the reason I decided to make villagers and get the Twerker talent as I'm using now, You can see I'm growing wheat very, very quickly, and I'm going to use that wheat to trade with the villagers to get emeralds and experience. And the experience talent allows me to get more experience from the villagers, so that'll help with enchanting, with anvils when I'm combining books with gear and anvils. It'll help with that, and just getting a bunch of emeralds so I can buy other stuff too, like enchanted books. So here's where I go exploring for a little bit. I don't remember exactly what I was looking for here, but I just decided to hop on a boat, sail across the ocean, see what I could find. I think I was looking for a ravine, so I could go down and get some diamonds, but I found this dolphin, right? And he gave me dolphin's grace for like a good 3 minutes, and I was just riding around with him across the water. I was just kind of going in a straight line to see what I could find. I didn't really find much, but I thought I would mention it because it's kind of cool. I also found another shipwreck with a buried treasure in it, so I followed the treasure, found a diamond and some gold, iron, just the usual stuff. Nothing too great except for that diamond, which I will use later. So on day 10, I decided to hop into the nether and see if I could find myself a nether fortress. I did find it after some time, but I needed the nether fortress to go to the end portal, so that was pretty good. I eventually got the blaze rods I needed, not without some difficulty, but I eventually found them and I made my way back home. On day 11, I decided to go exploring again and found another village, so I obviously took the villagers. Then I went back into the nether because I wanted to trade with piglins to get ender pearls so I could go to the end. I got the pearls, I made my way out, and then I decided to get some arrows from villagers. I didn't actually end up using these arrows at all during these 100 days because I got infinity on my bow, but I just got them anyways because I thought they would be useful for the dragon fight. I did some more mining and exploring. I found another village, and right here, this skeleton jump scared me so badly. I wasn't recording my voice at the time, but this was really hilarious and scary for me, and I just thought it was really funny, so I would put it in here. So around this time is when I decided I wanted to make the best gear possible to go into the dragon fight with. Now, the dragon hasn't changed at all, but I just want to make sure I didn't die in the fight, so I wanted this to be as easy as possible. So I went mining for diamonds. I wanted to get a full set of diamond armor, full set of diamond tools, all of that. I got some wheat, and I changed it to carrots, actually, because carrots give me more emeralds. I made an enchantment table as well, and I just decided to get the best villagers possible as well, so I could get protection 4, unbreaking, mending, and all of this really good stuff. Now you might notice that we're going through these days quite quickly. We're already on day 20, and we're only a few minutes into the video, but do know that things will slow down a little bit because I'm just getting through the main vanilla stuff as quickly as possible. Then once we get onto the actual modded stuff, we'll be slowing down a lot and going through in detail and teaching you guys about how this mod works. So I set up the other side of my villager trading hall. I want it to be two-sided this time instead of just one-sided, because if it was one-sided, I have to extend the building more, and that was just a pain. So I made it two-sided, and then I decided I needed more villagers, so then I just decided to put them outside. I just wanted to get to the Vault Hunter stuff as quickly as possible. I'm not going to do much building in this video, but there will be a part 2 where I go to 200 days, because this mod pack is very, very, very long. And in that video, I will do a lot more building and a lot more of the crazy stuff in this pack. Also, let me know down in the comments, do you want to see more building in the next video, or do you want to see more Vault Hunter stuff in the next video? I spent a lot of days grinding to make the best stuff that I could possibly get, and then after I just got the bow, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go in iron armor, iron sword, iron tools. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to use the bow most of the time, and I had a really good bow, so there's really no point in getting diamond stuff. And so I did exactly that. I went to the end with full iron armor, iron tools, and my really good bow. I found the end portal, jumped in, and started the dragon fight. I ran into some pretty sticky situations with like these endermen here, for example, but I got out of there without dying, thankfully. You can see here that the dragon actually knocked me off of where I was standing to try and get up to the pillar, but once I got up to the tallest pillar and started shooting all the end crystals, he couldn't really get to me, even though he was really trying to, so I just shot him down until he eventually died. So I killed the dragon, stole her baby, and made my way back home. I decided to continue to make my god set of armor, and on day 34 I finally did it. I got full diamond armor, enchanted with the best stuff that I could, full diamond tools as well. Well, almost. Here I went mining for a bunch of stuff, and I found 16 diamonds, which was actually pretty good. I wasn't actually looking for diamonds, I was just looking for obsidian here. So I found 4 obsidian, and I went to the end to grab the purpur that I needed, and with that, I finally made the vault altar. And while I was mining as well, I found a vault rock, which is actually very rare. It's rarer than diamonds, actually. And I need this to make a vault crystal to go into the vault, which is like that dungeon-esque thing. Now, when you put your vault rock onto the altar, 4 different items will pop up. Those 4 items are what you have to feed the altar to get your vault crystal. So I needed 1 wool, in this case, 7 cobwebs, 19 kelp, and 8 iron ingots. So once I throw all those items onto the vault altar, the altar will give me the crystal, change the vault rock into a crystal for me. Now once I get that crystal, I need to make a portal frame out of blackstone. And once I do that, then I can go into the vault and do my first dungeon. Now, the iron was easy, the kelp was easy, and the white wool was easy, but what wasn't easy was the cobwebs, because I hadn't found a mineshaft yet as of finding this, so I needed to find a mineshaft quickly, because that was the only way I could go into a vault. After looking for a very long time at different caves, lots of creeper explosions, and lots of skeletons, unfortunately, because I couldn't make a shield yet, I found, finally, a mineshaft, and it was just in an open cave too. I didn't even have to go underground that much. I collected all of the stuff I needed alongside the cobwebs, I threw them onto the altar, and pressed the button to combine them. And with that, I had my very first vault crystal. Now, I wasn't actually ready to go into a vault yet. For the first thing, I needed god armor, which I had now. Second thing, I needed shulker boxes, because I need a lot of storage to keep all the stuff that I'm going to get from the vault. And 3, I need healing potions. And not only because the mobs will be difficult there, but because there is no natural regeneration inside the vault. I can't eat food and regen my health. That's not how it works. Inside the vault, I have to use healing potions or golden apples or like regen effects to heal myself. Now, I do find more healing potions eventually in the vaults alongside golden apples, but for the first vault, you don't have any of that stuff, so you have to use golden apples that you either make or find if you're lucky. Now, the reason this is such a big deal is because the crafting recipe was actually changed in this pack. So you need 8 golden blocks instead of 8 golden ingots to make a golden apple. On day 41, I decided to go into the end city and kill a bunch of shulkers so I get some shulker boxes. I found this really nice sword too, which is going to be a very good backup for in case I die. Because if you die inside the vault, you don't get any of your stuff back. So you just die and the vault closes, you can't go back ever again, which really sucks. So I need to have extra stuff just in case. I ended up gathering 6 shulker shells, which equated to 3 shulker boxes, which I thought would be enough for now, and I gathered all of the gold I had, which was enough to make 1 golden apple. That's it. So I had 3 healing potions for this vault. So I got the golden apples, brewed it up into health potions, made them instant health 2 potions with glowstone, and I made them splash potions with gunpowder, because they would be a lot easier and faster to use. Now, although if you splash it on yourself, it doesn't give you the full effect of the potion, it is better because you get to use it faster, and I would take quickness over potency any day. Because if I was in a pinch, I would rather use that potion quickly than have the most use out of it. So I decided to put my second vault rock onto the vault altar. So I needed 151 potatoes, which wasn't that bad to do, a poisonous potato, which stems off of the potatoes, so that's not hard to do at all either. I needed 17 lapis, which I think was a little bit difficult for me at the time because I don't think I had that lapis, so I needed to go mining for a little bit. But not too bad overall. The one thing that worried me was ice, because I hadn't found any snow or ice biomes, so I would need to go exploring for that. Oh, also, I should mention, while I was in the nether, getting the nether wart for the potions, I killed these little ghost guys, which drop some, like, little ghost bead things. I don't remember exactly what they're called, but I don't really know what they did. I haven't used them at all, so I don't really know what they do yet, but it might be useful in the future, so I'm mentioning it now. Now, here's where we get to the fun part, because I decided to go into a vault. I made my blackstone portal, grabbed the shulker boxes, the armor I would need. I got rid of my elytra because there's no real point having an elytra in there when you can use a chest plate. So I got my chest plate, got my shulker boxes, my potions most importantly, and I made my way into the vault. So I'll try to explain how vaults work the best I can. So the way that they work is when you go into a vault, you can either get some positive modifiers or negative modifiers. So here you can see I happen to get a negative modifier called difficult. Now what difficult does is it adds plus 15 vault difficulty, which is not ideal, especially for your first vault. So the way difficulty works is you can see I'm level 0 at the bottom here by this yellow number. It basically acts as if I'm level 15 in this vault. So mobs are going to be stronger. I don't know if the loot is better. I don't think it is, but definitely mobs are going to be stronger. So definitely not ideal. So I add a waypoint at the start of the vault, and I start by activating this obelisk. Now the way obelisks work is that at the bottom left you can see I need 5 of them, and once I get 5 of them I can fight the boss. Now bosses are kind of difficult, so I decided not to fight the boss on my first time. I can just leave the vault whenever I want. Now the good part about leaving the vault is that you can keep all of the loot you have, but if you die inside the vault, or if you run out of time, in the bottom left I have 25 minutes, if I run out of time or I die in the vault, then I lose all of the stuff, including my gear, weapons, armor, all of that, and I have to get all of it again. There's no way to get it back. Now I am actually doing a lot of damage to these zombies and stuff because I have smite on my sword instead of sharpness. Now you can see here that in this chest there's a new item here. It's called Star Essence, that blue dust. Star Essence basically allows me to unlock different mods. Now it's not just Star Essence, I need a lot more things, but that's one of the materials required. Inside of vaults you can find chests like I just did with the Star Essence in it. This happened to be a common chest, and there I believe are 3 different types of rarities. There's common, epic, and omega. Omega being the best, common being the worst. So in these vaults, I'm trying to collect as much stuff as I possibly can in these 25 minutes that I have. That's why I have shulker boxes with me so I can store more stuff. Now in this epic chest here, you can see I got some magnetite. Now magnetite allows me to create magnets, which you might expect allows me to draw in items from farther away. You can see I got a golden apple here, which is really nice because I don't have to spend more gold to make more potions. And you can also see I got a catalyst fragment. Now catalyst fragments are quite good because they allow me to modify vault crystals to give me different modifiers. So mainly they're going to give me a positive modifier and a negative modifier. Like remember, I got a negative modifier at the start of this vault, but these can give me positive modifiers as well. Now here you can see I found myself an altar. Now the way these altars work is I need to sacrifice a certain thing in order to get a really good chest. So here you can see I got an altar that needs me to sacrifice experience levels, which thankfully I had 10 of. So from this chest I got a catalyst fragment, which is always nice. I got a painite, which is a very rare ore in the vaults that you can only get from the vaults. And I also got myself a trident, which I didn't expect at all. Also, a bunch of mobs can just spawn around me like that at any time, so I need to keep my guard up at all times. There are modifiers to lessen the amount of mobs or increase the amount of mobs that spawn around me at all times, so that's very interesting. So I keep going through the vaults. I find some more chests with stuff like Larimar in it. Larimar is another vault ore, not as rare as Painite, but it is used to create knowledge stars, which allow me to get more mods. And I find myself another obelisk. Even though I'm not going to fight the boss, I still activate it so I can find my way back home. So right here you can see I got poisoned. Now poison is really annoying inside vaults because obviously there's no natural regen, so taking any amount of damage is really bad. So a way to counteract this is get an ability called Cleanse. Now I don't have that yet, but once I get a skill level, I invest in that. And speaking of skill levels, I can get skill levels just by running vaults and by eating vault cookies, which I get later on. And right here, I just got poisoned again, because chests can also be trapped. Now again, there are modifiers to stop this from happening, but chests can be trapped with explosions or poison, I believe, and also more mobs. So here I found a rare chest, and in this rare chest was a healing potion, always nice, an ender pearl, an enchanted book, which is eh, and I also found a relic booster pack. Now relic booster packs are a thing that have a chance to give me relics, and relics are a way to increase my time in the vaults. I also found an Alexandrite, which is also another uncommon vault gem. Also, I found a village room, and in this village room, there are a lot of chests, and apparently there's also a stronghold underneath the village, which I didn't even know about until much later, so I guess I kind of missed out on some stuff. In this chest here, I found myself a hardy apple, and hardy apples, when I eat them, give me a temporary absorption heart. Like if you played Zelda, there are those yellow hearts that you get. Once you lose them, then you lose them. I also found a mystery box in this chest here. Mystery boxes have a chance to give me a random item, a random amount of a random item, which is quite nice. And here I found myself a gilded chest. Now gilded chests are just a better version of normal chests. They still have the same 3 rarities, but they do give me a lot better stuff. And as I was in that house, mobs were constantly spawning around me. So once I left the house, I was bombarded by a barrage of enemies. And also, I dodged this chest like a pro. It tried to poison me, but not today. In this chest, I found another piece of Larimar, which is nice. I also found a candy bar, which gives me speed 5 for a few seconds, so I can run around, try to escape mobs, and try to find more rooms more quickly. So I just kept going along, collecting more stuff, grabbing more chests. This was one of those mob traps, by the way. A creeper spawned right in front of me. Almost exploded me, but I got lucky. Also, from that chest, 10 babies spawned, and babies are the bane of my existence. So that was really annoying. Babies are really hard to hit. And by the way, if you're following along with me and going through a vault with me, it would be better to try and explore a little bit more and mine around the area. A lot of things aren't just going to be in plain sight. There's probably going to be ores in the walls of some rooms, or in some objects of some rooms, or maybe even in the ceilings. So you should probably check around a little bit more and see anything that's unusual and try and mine it out. At this point, I got poisoned again, but I used all my potions too, which is kind of annoying, so I started getting a little bit nervous and tried to leave the vault, I think, by this point, but I just kept trucking along, trying to find more loot, and silently making my way towards the exit at the same time. So here's around the time I decided, yep, I'm making a break for the exit. I was on like half health, I was scared, I didn't have any potions left, and I knew I still had around 10 minutes left, so I was wasting a lot of time. But I think it was better to get out of there for my first vault and get some stuff rather than die in there. I also used some of the candy bars that I just got and made my way out. Once I left the vault, I decided to sort some of my stuff from the vault that I got and put them all in my chests, and I also put some chests outside so I could store all the vault stuff inside it. At this point, I wanted to build myself an actual base, but then I kind of decided against it, and I decided to go do some more vault stuff because I wasn't getting as much done as I wanted to. We were pretty much halfway done with the days, and I got one vault done, which isn't very much at all. So to start work on the next vault crystal I needed, I decided to go mining for some lapis. I wanted to make myself a fortune pickaxe so I could get more lapis, but I need more levels for that, so I decided to go mining anyways. Also, while I was mining for lapis, I found these spikes worshipping one singular block of clay. I don't know why that was there, but I thought it was funny, so I thought I'd mention it. I finally found the lapis I was looking for after quite a long time, a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. And then I decided to go to the nether to kill some blazes to get some experience so I could make my new fortune pickaxe. I decided to go looking for ice as well because I hadn't found myself a glacier biome or anything with ice in it, so I decided to go look for that. So it turns out I actually passed an ice biome, and it's the smallest ice biome I've ever seen. It was no more than 4 chunks, maybe even 2. It wasn't a lot of ice, but it was enough to pass for the amount that I need for my vault altar. So I landed at the ice biome, killed the mother, taught the baby a lesson, and got the ice and left. I traded with my villagers some more to get the experience that I needed to make my fortune pickaxe, got the experience, made the pickaxe, mined the lapis, which gave me over a stack of lapis from just 4 pieces, which is a lot more than I was expecting. But I got that lapis, put it on the altar, and made my second vault crystal. After my trouble with getting experience from the villagers, which took a very long time, I needed an easier way to get experience, so I decided I wanted to make an Enderman farm. So I looked up a design on YouTube, and I gathered all the materials I would need to make the farm. Now I needed like 2 stacks of carpet, so I went around shearing some sheep for a while. Now once I got there to the end and started building the farm, I realized that it would take a very long time to build this style of farm, so I looked up another design for a farm, and I would need even more materials for that one. So I gathered the materials for those, and I started my building. And before we did the Enderman farm, I decided, you know what, let's just go into a vault, because why not? I had the stuff I needed, so I might as well. So I put away all the stuff I didn't need, and went into the vault. And I might have forgotten a few crucial things. I forgot the 2 most important things to bring into the vault. 1, health potions. I didn't bring a single potion with me. What was I thinking? I didn't bring anything. And I also didn't bring my shulker boxes. Why did I not do that? How did I go into the vault, look at my inventory, and see, oh yeah, this is fine. Yeah, this is perfect. This is exactly what I needed. What? What was I doing? So I realized a few minutes later that I forgot my stuff, so I was like, okay, I put my shulker boxes in my ender chest. Why not just open my ender chest? Nope, the game just said no. I can't do that. I can't open my ender chest. So I didn't get all of my stuff. So that's when I started getting really, really mad at myself for that. I was pretty disappointed too, because this was my second vault. I could have gotten a lot of stuff from it, but I just forgot my stuff somehow. I was just too eager to go into the vault because I was wasting time, so I guess I learned from my mistakes. I definitely learned next time. I ended up not making that mistake ever again, which is really nice, so I guess I learned my lesson. I got even more annoyed at myself afterwards because I only needed 3 obelisks to fight the boss here, and the obelisks were in each room after room after room, so I could have fought the boss immediately. And the game was just adding insult to injury at this point, like come on. So I was even more upset at myself now. So I just gathered stuff that would fill up my inventory, got the best stuff I possibly could, and then I just left because there was nothing else I could do. I didn't have any more storage space. Ooh, also, I don't remember if I got this in the first vault or this one, but I also got some cheese, which is nice. That might seem random to talk about, but cheese actually is quite useful. You can use it with burger buns and meat patties to make vault burgers. And vault burgers are better for after level 25, because after level 25, you can't eat vault cookies anymore, which I get later. You can't eat vault cookies, so you have to eat vault burgers or just go into vaults to level up. Speaking of going into vaults to level up, you might have noticed that my experience bar went up a little bit. Now I'm not level 1 yet, but once I reach level 1, I'll get a new skill point, and I can invest it in a new skill. Also, again, I don't remember if I got this in the last vault or the first one, I got a gifter statue. Now, a gifter statue is something that gives you resources until it eventually decays, as it says there. So in this case, I got concrete. So this will give me concrete until it decays. Now, I was actually kind of excited about this because free concrete. Concrete's kind of hard to make, and in case I wanted to use concrete later, I would have this. But turns out, this wasn't the same concrete as the regular Minecraft concrete. It was a modded concrete, so I couldn't actually use it because I didn't unlock the mod yet. So, kind of useless, but I kept it around anyways. So I made myself a chest, and I went ahead and put Dowski on top of it to give me some resources. So I built up most of the Enderman farm, and I went back to get some more stuff, but I think I just kind of forgot about the Enderman farm. I don't know what I was thinking at the time, but I kind of just forgot about it and left it until later. I come back to it eventually, but I kind of just forgot about it. This vault crystal, it needed honeycomb, purpur, seeds, and lapis. Seeds and lapis, easy to get because I had those already. Purpur, I could get easily. And honeycomb, I had to just go and find a bee's nest, steal their honey, and come back with it. So I made my third vault crystal. So the next vault crystal needed 12 redstone dust, pretty easy to get because I already had it. 174 dirt, which I didn't really have right now, but it wasn't that hard to find. I needed one nautilus shell, which is kind of annoying because drowns have a small chance of having it. I believe it's only like a 3% chance or something. And I also needed 17 slime balls. Now, silly old me thought that I needed to wait for a full moon to go to the swamp to get slimes. But no, I'm just an idiot. I just need to go to the swamp at night to get slimes. Turns out the full moon only enhances the amount of slimes that spawn there, but I don't need it to spawn slimes at all. So I wasted a little bit of time there, but oh well. So here I decided to go into my third vault, and I got pretty lucky with the modifiers on this one. I got easy, which reduces the vault level by 10, which didn't really mean anything because I was already at level 0 anyways. Speedy, which gives me 1 plus speed, so I had speed the entire time I was in the vault. And gilded, which is the most important one because I believe it spawns a gilded chest in every single room, which is really, really nice because gilded chests, if you remember, have really good stuff in them. So I went around again, gathering stuff as normal, and I also collected these compressed blocks because compressed blocks are, as it says, compressed blocks. That one piece of compressed sand has a lot of sand in it, and sand could be one of those things that I need on my vault altar, so that would be really good to have. So as I was going through, I found my first Omega chest, which had 2 potions in it, a catalyst, a chocolate bar, which again gives me speed. I found a piece of netherite, which is quite nice. Obviously not enough to make a piece of netherite gear, but it was a good start. And I also found 2 vault cookies. I believe these are my first cookies, so I can use them to gain a level. Look at this part. This part was just mean. Look at this. I walked into a room and I was like, oh, gilded chest, might as well open it. Yeah, that happened. It blew up on me. I was not expecting that. It was a big jump scare for me. In this chest, I found a jade apple, which gives me haste, which I didn't really use because I invested in haste later on. I also found a power bar, which is good for bosses because it gives you strength 4 right before the fight. So if you get strength 4, it makes it quite easy to beat bosses. So here was another altar. This time I found a Wendar altar, which needed me to put in a minute of time in order to get a chest. So I did that because I had 18 minutes left. What's the worst that could happen? I run out of time? Like that's ever gonna happen, right? And inside the chest was actually quite nice. I found a bunch of skill essence, some ender pearls, catalyst, a hardy apple. I found a mystery egg, which allows me to get a spawn egg, and I can put that in a spawner to get spawns of a certain type. Now, that may seem overpowered, but spawns can come from that vault altar, which can give me stuff from like feathers maybe, and if I need a lot of feathers, I'm gonna need a chicken spawner to get that. I also found a vault cookie, and I also found a magnet part, and that magnet part allows me to craft a magnet. As I said before, it draws in items. Now, as we were going along, you might have noticed I picked up some vault bronze along the way. Now, vault bronze is like the currency of this mod pack. We get into it more later, but I'm just mentioning it now. I also got an upgraded gifter statue, which is like a better version of gifter statue. I think it gives you either better stuff or it gives you more of that stuff. Also, I found this room. I don't really know what it is, but it was surrounded by bedrock and there was a door that I couldn't break. So I don't really know how to get in, but it looks like it has a lot of stuff in there. I think it has like some ores on the ground too and some chests in there. I don't know how to get in. So if you could leave a comment down below on how to get in there, that would be great. Thank you. I found myself another village room, which is quite nice. I found the basement this time, which I didn't actually know that was a thing. It wasn't the stronghold, but it was a different thing. I found a vault nugget, which can be used to create a vault ingot. I don't actually remember what those are used for, but those are like late game stuff. I also found a black opal, which is a very rare vault gem. Found mystery boxes, relic booster packs, jade apple, magnetite, normal stuff. Once I left the vault, I decided to work on my next vault crystal, so I gathered some dirt from outside, and I also went to the end because I wanted to get more shulker boxes for more storage, because I was kind of running out of space. I also made more storage space in another house across from me, but I never actually ended up using it. I just put some chests in there and just left it there, because I ended up adding vault storage outside my house, like directly outside, instead of having to go across the street to another house. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, once I finished that third vault, I actually ate the rest of my cookies, and I gained a level. So I put that level and that skill point into Cleanse. Now, Cleanse allows me to negate any effects affecting me, and the cooldown is 10 seconds because it's at level 1 right now. And that would be helpful for the poison earlier, like from the witches or from the traps. So I think that investment was very good. After that, I decided to go to the ocean and find myself a Nautilus shell, which took some time, but I eventually ended up getting one. After I got the Nautilus shell, I actually remembered to go back to my Enderman farm this time, so I finished that up, and it was very, very good. It was very effective at doing what I wanted, very quickly too. So I was pretty happy with it. After I finished my Enderman farm, I decided to go work on some villagers some more, so I can get some better stuff for my armor, and I can also enchant my axe and shovel as well. So here's where I realized that I could just go to the swamp and get slime. So I was kicking myself over that, but I got it, and then I finished my 4th vault crystal. After making that vault crystal, I was out of vault rocks, so I needed to go mining for some more, so I mined until my pickaxe almost broke. I realized it just in time, actually. My pickaxe was about to break, so I'm glad I did. So I put the next vault rock on that I needed. I needed 139 wheat, which wasn't too bad. I could grow that easily. 1 dragon head, also not too bad. They're on the front of end ships, and I've already been to 2 of them, so that's fine. 11 charcoal, also pretty easy. 5 podzol may seem difficult, but it's actually not that hard because if you put 4 spruce saplings in a square and then you grow them, it actually grows podzol underneath them, if you didn't know that. So I just used my silk touch pickaxe to mine them. So I gathered all the materials I needed for that one, finished it, and then I put another vault rock down because I wanted to get as many vault crystals as I could at one time. I wanted to run a few together back to back to back. So I put another one down. I needed 317 sand, not too hard. 10 diamonds, already have that. 48 cactus, again, not too hard. And 2 cobwebs. I already found a mine shaft earlier, so also not too bad. So once again, I gathered the materials, put them on the altar, and pressed the button. And now I had my next vault crystal. For the next one, I needed 6 gunpowder, easy to do. 220 cobblestone, also easy. 19 egg sacs, it would take me a second, but also easy. 3 honeycombs, also easy. So I made it again. I made another one, and that was my next vault crystal again. I'll be honest, I don't know how many vault crystals I've done. That's why I'm just saying next vault crystal, because I've lost count. I then decided to take my vault altar and put it inside my house just for ease of access, so it was easy to use. And I want to use this as a lesson too. If you break the vault altar with the vault crystal on it, it will actually retain all the information that you had on it too. Like the amount that you put in already. And if you put it in a different vault rock, it will still be the same recipe. So you can't cheese it like that either. You have to put in what it shows you or you're not going to get another vault crystal. So now I had 4 vault crystals. I also wanted to do 4 runs back to back to back to back. But then I kind of ran out of time. So I just did 2 runs back to back and I did the other 2 later. So I gathered my materials and I set off into vault number 5. So in vault number 4, I think I said 5 earlier, but vault number 4, I started with the strong buff, which gives me +1 strength. And I also ended up with gilded, which as before, gives me extra gilded chests. And the first room I went in was a city. Now cities are really good. Underneath them is the sewers, and the sewers have a lot of gilded chests in them. So this was very good because I also have the +1 gilded modifier. So I found some really good stuff in there. Like I found some vault diamonds, which are really good. Also, those were used to make knowledge stars as well. So that was pretty good. Also, I think I found my first woodadite in here. I don't actually remember what woodadite does, but I think it's for the magnet, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it's for other stuff too, but woodadite's pretty rare as well. And I found a netherite sword too, which is quite nice. So here I found my first ever trader core. Now trader cores can be used like vending machines. Now like I mentioned that vault bronze earlier, right? That's going to come into play now because I can buy stuff from these traders like I would in a regular vending machine. They can give me vault rocks, like I'm going to do later. I'm going to give them 3 vault bronze for a vault rock, so I don't have to go mining for them. They can give you a bunch of other stuff too, but this is mainly what I use them for now. Also, another gilded chest exploded on me. It's only gilded chests that explode for some reason. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying, and they're very scary too. Also, I found my first piece of ancient debris, not like netherite scrap, I found that before, but my first piece of ancient debris that I've actually mined. And directly next to it, guess what? It's an exploding gilded chest, your favorite. So I think it was around this vault that I realized that I needed to start mining around stuff to look for more stuff, because I was mining in that rock to find the ancient debris and to find that exploding chest. I would have never found that otherwise if I didn't do that. So it was around this time that I started learning to mine around a little bit more to get some more loot. So in this altar, you can see I actually got a Picarang. Now, Picarangs may not seem that great, but they're actually a very, very good item. They're also incredibly rare as well, so it's very good that I got this. Basically, Picarangs allow you to mine blocks from far away and bring them back to you. So this works very well in a vault for mining out ores that are far away, or up in the ceilings, or around different things. It also just mines blocks in general, so if you want to mine out stuff that's far away, then you can just mine that. It's very, very good. So I left vault number 4 and went immediately into vault number 5. So I entered the vault and got the speedy modifier, which is good because it allowed me to have speed. And I immediately started in a Wild West room. Now, Wild West room is quite good because it just has good chests in it, but also it's quite deadly because the skeletons have rocket arrows and they explode. So I need to be very, very careful here. So it's a risk-reward type of room. I immediately found a gifter statue as well, and some beniotite, some mystery boxes, and some hardy apples. So as I was going here, you can see I'm getting some pretty good stuff. But also I found Jimothy the bow. I don't know why he was here, but he had protection 1 on him, which I guess is kind of like a troll. I don't really know why it's there, but protection 1 doesn't do anything on a bow if you didn't know, so I kind of just left him. And here was where I found the factory room. Now, I don't actually know what this room is officially called. I call it the factory room because it looks like a factory. This room was so good. I cannot stress this enough. It was so good. There were like at least 20, 30 gilded chests in there. There was so much stuff. I could barely fill up my shulker boxes. I barely had any space left afterwards. I think I spent a good like 6-7 minutes in this room just like exploring, trying to figure out how many chests there were, getting every single one of them. I was also like, oh yeah, I saw this hole, and I was like, oh, I don't want to fall in there. I ended up falling in there, and I was really scared for a second because I thought I was gonna blow up, but I was safe. I managed to get out. But after I left the room, I realized I forgot to put a waypoint down where I started, which is what I normally did in these vaults. I normally put a waypoint down so I knew where I came from. But I realized I forgot to put a waypoint down, and then I started panicking. I started panicking a lot because I started running in circles for like a good 10 minutes or so. I was trying to figure out where I was. Where did I go? How do I get back to my room? How do I get back to my portal? But I did eventually find my portal after a while, so thankfully I did not die in there. So once I left the vault, I decided I would need a lot more storage space for all the vault stuff that I was getting. So I decided to move the statues that I had to the other side of the road to another house, so I would have more space for the statues and more space for my vault stuff as well. I actually got 3 statues from that one vault, so now we have 5 statues that we can use, or at least we would have 5 statues, but they eventually decay. So unfortunately, the Dowski statue that we had before actually used up all of its materials and decayed. So now we only have 4 statues left. We have a Wintergrave statue, we have a Fundy statue, and we have a Zine statue. And the last one, I actually changed the statue name, because you can change the statue names. I had a good idea, and I decided to change the statues to the names of some of my subscribers. So I named it after my first subscriber, Sly Piggy. So now he has a statue in this world. So if you want a statue in the next video, be sure to subscribe and let me know down below too that you did, so I can add you. And also put your Minecraft username down below too, so I can add your Minecraft username, so it'll have your skin on there too. Now out of that last vault, I got 4 trader cores. So I actually used those trader cores and made myself a vending machine. Now for the vending machine, I can put the trader cores inside, and like I said before, it works like a vending machine, so I can buy stuff with vault bronze, and they give me stuff back for it. Now I also decided to name the trader cores too, so not only can you name the statues, you can name the trader cores to get the skin of the person that you want. So I named one of them Sly Piggy again, and I think one of them actually came with my name for some reason. I guess it just has a chance to come with your name, so that was kind of cool. And for some reason, at the time of this recording, this was Tubbo's skin for some reason. I have no idea why, but this was his skin and I thought it was funny. After I finished with that, I finally enchanted my axe after all this time, and then I mended up all of my stuff. So I noticed I was just under level 2.5, so I decided to eat the vault cookies that I got from those 2 vault runs. I got a total of 19, so once I finished them, I was just under level 6. So kind of unfortunate, but we still had 3 unspent skill points that we could use. Now that I had 3 skill points, I decided I wanted to spend them on something. I spent 2 of my skill points on haste level 1. Haste is just useful in general, but it's also useful to break spawners because spawners actually take a lot longer to break in this pack. And I spent my final skill point on Well Fit. Now Well Fit gives me an extra heart per level, and I believe it's just 1 skill point for each heart, no matter how many times you do it. Now, it might have seemed like a good idea then, but I don't think it was actually a good idea now because it's just 1 extra heart, and I think an ability instead would have been a lot better for me this early in the game. I enchanted my Pickering with efficiency, mending, unbreaking, all of the stuff that I would need, and I decided to upgrade some of my armor to netherite. So I had enough for 2 different pieces, so I upgraded my chestplate and leggings. Now after that, I was feeling very, very good about myself. I didn't think I could die at all, so I decided to get some stuff ready and go into another vault. This one was vault number 6. So I entered the vault and saw it was a difficult vault. Now if you remember from the first vault, we also got a difficult vault, which added 15 levels to the vault. Now this time I was level 5 instead of level 0, so the vault would be as difficult as a level 20 vault instead of a level 15 vault like last time. I immediately found an Idona altar, which needed me to kill mobs. It had a bunch of vault cookies in it, Hardy Apple, Larimar. It also had a Nautilus shell in it, which I thought was kind of funny because I needed a Nautilus shell before and it took me a while to get one, but now it just gave me one, which is nice. So if I need that again, I have one now. This vault was going pretty well for me so far. I found a few altars, which already gave me a lot of good stuff. Then I found a Wild West room, which gave me even more good stuff. I was very happy with myself at this point, but I decided to keep going anyways. Now I was only about 10 minutes in, and I found some really good stuff so far. But then, I found the jackpot of all jackpots. I found myself a mine room. Now the mine rooms are very, very good because they contain so many good ores in them that you couldn't really get otherwise, or at least it was hard to get otherwise. So I found a lot of the common ores, but I also found some really good ores, like unique ores, that were really hard to get. I knew immediately once I set my sights on this mine room, I would spend all of the 15 minutes that I had left here before I left. And I did pretty well in this room. I didn't take basically any damage, I was doing pretty well, and I got so many ores, some rare ones too. Like for example, I got this pink ore, I don't remember what it was, but I knew it was rare, that was for sure. I also got some Tubium, which is the ore for Tubbo, and I also got like at least 20 Larimar, I think, which was really good. And it was good because I could fortune all of these ores and get so much more out of them than I would normally. And just like the last vault, I forgot to set a waypoint again, so I was struggling to find my way back. Now that waypoint you see there, I put it down like halfway as I was going into the vault, so that wasn't a clear indicator of where my portal was. Now because it wasn't a clear indicator, once again I found myself walking around in circles for so long trying to find my portal, and again, I started panicking. I started walking around in circles more and more. I realized I was going back to the same rooms over and over again. My heart was racing so fast, actually. My mind was going crazy. I didn't know where my portal was. The problem here is that I actually spent so much time in the mine room that I was running out of time. And this time, my fears came true. And then, it happened. Just like that, because of my foolishness and carelessness, I ended up dying and losing everything. I was devastated. I had lost so much stuff in there, it really pained me. But luckily I had some stuff to get going again. I had a pair of chestplate and boots that was enchanted already. I had to enchant the rest of my stuff to get everything back on par to what it was before. So I spent a lot of days just getting stuff ready, like getting carrots, going to the villagers, getting emeralds, buying stuff from the villagers. I spent so many days doing that. And it felt like deja vu because I was just doing the same thing again and again and again. For the second time this time, I was still very upset about this. And as I was doing this, I was just constantly thinking to myself, like, how much stuff I had lost. Now to put this in perspective, I don't know if you realize how much stuff I lost. I lost all the stuff from the mine, all the stuff from all the vault altars that I had, like those 2 or 3 that I did inside that one vault. The mine room, all those ores, the tubium, that pink ore. I found some other ores in there too. I lost my gear, I lost my armor, I lost my sword pickaxe, all my potions, all my shulker boxes. But most importantly, I lost my Picarang. That one hurt the most because the Picarang is really really hard to get. You can't make it, and you can only get it from like vault stuff. So getting in that altar before was really really lucky, and now I don't really have that chance again. After I got all geared up with my shulker boxes and everything again, my potions, I made sure I had triple checked to make sure I had everything with me. Feeling less discouraged than before, I decided to go into my 7th vault. Now, right before the vault, I was only wearing my left earphone, so I couldn't even hear the right side of my ear. So I didn't even hear this creeper about to explode. So when it exploded, it gave me a very big jump scare. Oh, and I forgot to mention, before the vault, when I was getting stuff ready for the next vault, I actually gained a level when I died. You still get the levels that you're supposed to, even if you die, apparently. So I spent that 1 skill point into Rampage. Now, Rampage allows me to get a damage boost for a few seconds. I believe it's like 20. So I invested in that in case I got into some sticky situations. Nothing really eventful happened in this vault compared to the last one where I got the mine and a few altars. I got an altar here where I got a black opal, which is a rare vault gem, and I got a trader core again. So I got another trader core, a few mystery boxes, some regular stuff that normally you get. And having the gilded modifier on this vault actually really helped because it gave me a lot of gilded chests, so I was doing pretty well off in this vault. The only real eventful things that happened were a few of the altars that I got, but also this thing that I labeled Big Eye, just straight up Big Eye in my notes for this video. That's all I labeled it, but there was a lot of stuff inside of there too. Mostly just vanilla ores, but there was also a few modded ores, like Larimar and Beniatite. And in this room, I got myself another unique vault ore, or I should say, I guess my first, because I died in the last vault and lost all my unique ores, but I got an ore called Ashium ore, which is the ore for Antonio Ash. So there's another one of the streamer ores that I got. The more I'm looking through this, I'm realizing I actually got a lot more altars than I thought I did. I got like, I think 4 or 5 in just this one vault, which is actually quite good. And I got a lot of vault gems too, just like the plain gems, not the ores, but just like the gems from the altars. On my way out, I decided to pick up a lot of compressed blocks because compressed blocks can actually save the day when it comes to the vault altars. If I need a bunch of stuff, I can have a bunch of compressed blocks on the side so I can put into the vault altars. So I grabbed those on the way out, and with 2 minutes to spare, I made my way out of vault number 7. Once I left the vault, I decided to change my sword to sharpness instead of smite because although smite is good against zombies, it's not very good against creepers and spiders. It's like it doesn't even exist at all. So it was like a regular diamond sword against them, which wasn't good at all. I would take equality over all creepers, spiders, and zombies over just being able to kill zombies faster. I also ate all my vault cookies, which put me up to level 9. So I spent 2 of the skill points on another level in haste. So now I could start insta-mining stuff. I decided to save the last skill point for another time when I actually needed it. The last thing I did here was I decided to change Wintergrave's name to myself because I wanted to, and I can. So I did. I decided to use my vending machines for the first time, actually, so I decided to buy some vault cookies from them. Now you can see it actually costs vault silver to make vault cookies, not vault bronze. Now you can actually create vault silver by combining 9 vault bronze, and you can create vault gold by combining 9 vault silver. So it's kind of like an exponential kind of thing. So I used the vault bronze to combine into vault silver to buy some more vault cookies. I also used some vault stuff to buy vault rocks later on, so I don't have to actually go mining for them. So I actually did that right here. I actually bought some vault crystals right here. So I put them on the altar and see what the next recipe was. So the next recipe needed me to get 3 glowstone, 35 cactus, and 3 cobwebs. All very easy stuff. But lastly, I needed 601 cobblestone. That was a lot of cobblestone, and especially so because I didn't have any cobblestone with me. I've been using my Siltech pickaxe for the longest time, so I only had stone, not cobblestone. So I needed to go mining with my fortune pickaxe to get cobblestone. Oh, and for this part, instead of taking each stack individually and throwing them onto the altar, since I'm playing on a MacBook, I'm actually playing on a Mac laptop, so I can't actually do the trick where I do Command Q, because that actually doesn't work on a Mac. So I put the chest on top of the vault altar, put all the cobblestone inside, and broke the chest, so all of it would fall onto the altar. I thought that was pretty clever, so I thought I'd put it in here. So with that, I had my next vault crystal. I put my next vault crystal on there, and oh my god, there's more cobblestone. Give me a second. After I did the cobblestone, I still needed 14 lapis, 52 rotten flesh, and a poisonous potato. Now the rest of that wasn't very hard, but the 52 rotten flesh was actually kind of a lot, but I did end up having it. Okay, now that cobblestone is done with, I can finally finish this rock. And now for this next, oh my god, there's andesite this time. But luckily with andesite, I realized pretty quickly that I had compressed andesite with me. I picked it up in the vault, so I could actually use that instead. Because I don't think you can pick up compressed cobblestone in the vault, unless you can, and I'm stupid. You probably can, now that I'm thinking about it. But I had compressed andesite with me, so I didn't actually need to go mining for 400 andesite. The rest of it was pretty easy once again, but there we go. Now we have another vault crystal. The next altar had me use sand instead of andesite, so it gave me a bit of a heart attack, but like with the andesite, we had compressed sand in our storage, so we could use that. So with this crystal, now we had 4 crystals stockpiled, so I decided I wanted to go into another vault. But before that, I gathered some shulker boxes, gathered my potions, and then I went into vault number 8. Now going into this vault, I had a specific goal in mind. I brought a power bar with me, which gave me strength 4. I also brought some candy bars with me so I could get some speed, because I wanted to beat a boss in this vault. Now, I mentioned before, but in case you don't remember, beating a boss requires me to get all the obelisks, and the obelisks have a chance of having 3 to 6 in a vault. Luckily, I got 3 in this one. You can see in the bottom left. I need to activate all 3, and once I activate the third one, I start the boss fight. Now, I got very lucky with this vault. If you remember, it was like Vault 2, where I had 3 obelisks, and I forgot my health potions in my shulker boxes, but this time, the obelisks were back to back to back, so I could easily fight the boss here. So right before I activated the third obelisk, I ate my power bar and a candy bar, and I started the boss fight. So, with this boss fight, I had to fight the boogeyman. Now it's random every time what kind of boss you have to fight. This time it was the boogeyman, which I was kind of afraid of. See, the boogeyman wasn't necessarily strong, but he was really fast and can hit a lot of times in a row, so I needed to eat all my hearty apples beforehand as well to try and survive his attacks. Now things were going pretty well in the beginning. You can see I got him down to about half health without him really doing anything to me. He started firing snowballs, which he was trying to keep me away, and he fired them pretty fast too, so they started doing damage to me. You can see here that he actually teleported down to the bottom floor to get away from me. I followed him, taking some damage along the way, and I got too close to him, and he ended up hitting me a lot, so I was down to less than half health, and I was actually very scared. So I walked away, healed up, and I went back in, and you can see here, right before I finished him off, he got me down to 3 hearts. If he hit me one more time, I was gone. I was so lucky to hit him here and eventually kill him. Now, you might have noticed that I actually wasted a lot of time in this vault where I could have been looting, where I could have got some altars and chests, but I wanted to go into this vault killing the boss, and it wouldn't really have made sense to loot and then end up probably dying to the boss at the end. So I wanted to go into this vault having a specific objective to kill the boss, and I eventually did that, so I was pretty happy with it. Now the reward from the vault here, you can see I got a boss crate in my hotbar. That can have a lot of good stuff in it, and it acts as a shulker box, so I can use it for storage in the next vault, and it has 2 times the space of a shulker box as well. So here's the loot that I got from killing the boss. In the top right, you can see I got a Sparkletine gem. Now Sparkletine is the gem for Captain Sparkles. You can find it in ore form as well, but I found it in gem form here. I got Trader Core, I got my power bar back, which is nice. I got another Nautilus shell, just to add insult to injury. I got a bunch of iron and gold. I found a cool apple, I don't remember what it does, but I got some vault cookies as well. I also got some vault dust, a vault essence, and a vault pearl. I'm not sure what those do, but I'm sure I'll find out in the next video when I go to 200 days. I also got 2 relic booster packs or something. I don't actually remember what they're called. They're relic pouches, not relic booster packs. But they give me a random relic, which I open later. I find out later that they give me relics, so I decide to open them later. So I wanted to go straight into another vault right after vault number 8, so I got more potions ready, and I also made myself a bow after I died in vault number 6, and I lost my other one. I decided to make a bow because I realized that it would have helped me a lot against the boss, because he was firing at me from far away, so if I had a bow during that boss, that would have been helpful. So I got myself a bow, and I went to vault number 9. Vault number 9 had an easy modifier, which lowered the vault difficulty by 10, which was good because I was vault level 9, so it would be like I was doing a vault for the first time, which is really nice. So I could probably kill the zombies and stuff in one hit, which was really cool. For this vault, nothing really eventful happened. No boss fights, unfortunately, but I wasn't really prepared to go in for another boss. I just looted a bunch of chests, got a few altars along the way too, mined out a few ores, and I left the vault. Now after leaving the vault, you can see I'm vault level 10 now. So that's a pretty big milestone. The biggest milestone, I think, at the beginning is level 25, because that's when the real game starts. Now, I don't get to level 25 in this video, but I definitely will in the next one. So if you want to see that, like, subscribe. You know the drill by now. Vault number 10 landed me in a personal space vault. And I just want to say, does this look like personal space to you? This does not look like personal space to me. Personal space means less mobs. This looks like a lot more mobs than I usually get. But other than that, this place was actually very, very eventful. I found this room, which gave me a lot of good stuff, but also I found this treasure map room. So I went to the middle of the X, and I dug down, and it led me to just Bedrock Chamber, and I was really confused, but after a few seconds, it expanded out, and it gave me this room. Now this room was full of really good ores, and I was really happy, but also really nervous, because the last time I got a room full of ores, that happened. So I don't want that to happen again. I found another village room, which was really nice, lots of good stuff. I found another Wild West room, which was really nice, again, lots of good stuff. And this skeleton decided to blow up half the map. I also found another village room, and in this village room I actually realized that you could dig down and find a stronghold, so I did that. Unfortunately, there was no end portal in there, which would have given me a lot of gilded chests if I completed it, but there was still a lot of good stuff in there. But it was also very deadly, so I had to get out of there quite quickly, and I didn't have a lot of time left either. So I left that room and made a break for the exit. So once I left the vault, I decided to sort out some of my stuff. I put down my gifter statues and my trader cores, which would produce stuff for me. And I also opened my other stuff like relic booster packs, mystery boxes, and I ate my vault cookies. No relics from the relic booster packs, unfortunately, but I did open the 2 relic packs from before, those little pouches, and I got 2 relics from the same set. Now when I get 5 relics of the same set, all different, then I can increase my time permanently in the vaults by 30 seconds. And there are 10 sets total for relics, so once I get those 10 sets, I'll have a permanent 5-minute boost in vault time. So I ate my vault cookies and it put me up to level 12. Now, I had 3 skill points at this point, but I wanted to save up 5 because once I get 5, I can get the Elvish talent, and with that, I'll be able to negate any fall damage permanently. So here, I decided to get a bunch of my diamonds to make a vault diamond block, and I mined up a few Larimar ore with my fortune pickaxe so that I could get up to 20 Larimar. Now, the reason I needed this was because I could make myself a knowledge star, which would give me a mod. Now, unfortunately, I was just short on skill essence to be able to get that, but we will get that in the next video, I promise you that. I just needed 12 more skill essence and I could have made myself a knowledge star and get my first mod, but we will do that later. And with that, that was day number 96 done. Just 4 more days to go. So this part was pretty funny. I wanted to go mining for vault rocks, and I immediately found one in like the first 10 seconds of mining, which was pretty funny. So I brought it back to the surface and used my fortune pickaxe on it. Now I got really lucky here, and I actually got 4 vault rocks out of it, which I think is the most that you can get out of it. So I put one of my vault rocks onto the altar, and I actually got a lucky roll. You can see with that ding sound effect. I got a lucky roll on the amount of stuff that I needed to complete the altar, so I just needed less stuff this time. I honestly didn't even know that a lucky roll was a thing until this happened, and I actually got very lucky because I had all the stuff I needed, including the phantom membrane. I actually found that in a vault, so that was pretty good. The next vault crystal needed a bell, which I was living in a village, so that wasn't too hard to find. I needed cactus and iron, which wasn't too hard, but I needed more ice, and I exhausted all of the ice that I had from before, so I need to go find more. So I traveled, and I traveled, and I traveled some more, and guess what? I traveled some more, and then I finally found the ice I was looking for. Oh my goodness, I traveled so far for it. I had a statue that was making ice, but it just wasn't nearly fast enough because I just got him, so he wasn't producing it nearly fast enough for me to use. And with this final one that I did for this video, I actually ended up using that soul bead that I was talking about earlier with the little ghosts in the nether. They dropped this soul bead, and I didn't know what to do with it before, but now I do, so there you go. On day 99, very close to the end, I decided to end it off with a bang and go into another vault, the final vault for this video. So entering vault number 11, it was another personal space vault, and once again, does this look like personal space to you? This is not personal space. What is it with personal space vaults and having so many more mobs than usual? So here I found this really good crystal room, which had a really good chance of having crystals in it. You can see here I found my very first Iskalium ore for the man, the myth, the legend, Iskal85 himself. I also came back here a little bit later and found myself an Ashium ore again, and I found another Tubium ore. Now remember I lost the Tubium ore in vault number 6 when I died, so it was nice to have another one again. I also made my way to the top of this room and I found a cake sitting in the corner, so I'm like, oh, might as well eat it. I guess it's a celebration for getting to the top of the room, I don't know. And it gave me an advancement, and my advancement sound was so loud it jump scared me, which is really funny. Also, look at this, more personal space as you can see here. After that whole cake incident, I just decided to leave the vault, so I left, and I opened my relic booster packs, and unfortunately nothing, but I opened my mystery boxes, and I got this pretty cool pickaxe, so in case I die and lose my pickaxe, then I can just use this one. And with this final rest, we have completed 100 days in Vault Hunters, ending at level 13. So I'd like to thank you guys for sticking around until the very end of the video. If you liked it, then please leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the 200 days video that I'll be posting, hopefully in the nearby future. So I'd like to thank you once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.